Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. I'm Joanna. Guys, thanks for having me back. 2 days until Christmas. Very exciting. Let's kick off today. Last night, yesterday, the NFL naming its Pro Bowl starters. Not one Lion named at all. First time since 2009. Are they missing a couple Lions players that should be on that team?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I really don't. Starting with Awarie, who I think was more deserving between him and Penei Sewell. Between the two. Marshawn Lattimore, third in the NFL in pass deflections. An elite shutdown corner.
Yep.
Darius Slay had a 3-week stretch where he looked like maybe the best defensive player in football, and he's had a really great season.
Eagles are basically the playoffs, too.
Trayvon Diggs, we all know, leads the league in interceptions. Can't argue that.
Yeah.
And Jeff, of course. I don't. I was reading. Through Twitter last night, trying to get people's reactions, and it's like, you know what, man? Like, Amani Oruwariye, okay, like, I get it.
Yeah.
I really do, but
phenomenal year.
I don't think this is it, guys. And then, of course, Jalen Ramsey.
That's tough. I mean,
but guys, what's the Pro Bowl?
Fans, coaches,
fans voting, retweeting.
Yep.
And it's kind of hard to get a fan base to retweet your Pro Bowl voting and hashtags and voting them in when you've only won 2 games through 14.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying in a bad way towards the team or the players, but, as a fan base, how engaged are you going to be on social media? Oh, yeah, I'll retweet this. I'll tweet out Penei Sewell 50,000 times so he gets 50,000 votes. Like, there's some people on this list that, honestly, why they made the Pro Bowl, I'm not sure. Chase Young made the Pro Bowl. Guys, he hasn't played in weeks, and he has a season-ending injury.
He hasn't played since like week 2, 3.
So, like, that alone should not only take the validity away from the Pro Bowl, but just tell you how meaningless that really is. Now, I know growing up for most of you, the Pro Bowl is a big deal. It was a badge of honor. You could say that about the NBA. You could say that even about the NFL. And as time has progressed and the league has evolved and players have evolved and mobility has changed and the way we interact on a day-to-day basis has changed. Early 2000s, it wasn't text communication every day, social media, etc., etc. No, it was among the peers who were the best players at their position, right? And now we've made it so fan interactive that we're making mistakes. We are making mistakes. Allowing fans, quote unquote fans, to decide what you're basically doing is saying which fan base is most willing to tweet about their players. That's who gets in the Pro Bowl. Why Chase Young is there is beyond me. TJ Hawkinson's in the Pro Bowl, allegedly.
Alternate. As an alternate,
but like, okay.
It's not like he can play anyway. I mean,
all right. Like, it's always the alternates that kill me. There's going to be a ton of guys that get in. Awarie, depending on what happens in the NFC, he may have to sit out. He just may. Or maybe he gets in as an alternate. Who knows? I didn't have a problem with it. I actually didn't. Because they weren't Pro Bowlers. They played near a Pro Bowl level. They absolutely did. For stretches and moments in time. And it's so good to see that 2 young players, especially Awarie, because his 3rd year now, finally break through. You kind of have that same window with Penei Sewell, but he's already shown stud. Great.
Right.
Pro Bowl, year 1, year 3, no, not over these guys. I don't see it. And I didn't understand the uproar yesterday and the backlash from it because Darius Slay deserved it. Lattimore deserved it.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey was always going to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And last I checked, Trayvon Diggs having one of the best seasons I can remember for the position. It's tough. It's a tough year for Awarie. Any other year, he probably gets in.
Right.
This year, no.
In the NFL, we know this. They're the only league that obviously takes into account fans, coaches, and players. And I want to get to the Penei Sewell because you nailed it on the head with the Awarie decision because who you taking off. And that's kind of the similar thing to the offensive lineman because you look for the offensive lineman, they decided to go with Trent Williams, which has been the only tackle above Penei Sewell over the last multitude of weeks. I'd say about 9 weeks. And then you have Tristan Wirfs, right tackle for Tampa Bay, who's had a pretty damn good year. Obviously, Tampa contending for a Super Bowl. Lost some guys, but they're still in that conversation. And then Tyron Smith. And I think what you said kind of makes this point. With Tyron Smith, he only played in 10 games. He hasn't played in the last 4 games, but he still made the Pro Bowl. Why? Well, number one,
Tyron Smith.
There you go. The fans know Tyron Smith. Dallas Cowboys, America's
and
team.
He also, when healthy, is
and he is a
arguably
great
a top 3 tackle.
Yeah, he is great. He is a great left tackle. So if you want to just compare the two, well, Penei was second behind Trent Williams. Well, it's not always about who's the better player on PFF, whatever the case may be. It's a lot of things.
PFF rankings are also very deceiving.
Yeah, they are.
There are weeks where I can bring PFF rankings to the table, and man, it makes my argument look real good.
Yes.
And then if you actually look at it, oh, you know what? Well, maybe there are holes in it. If you're going to live off of, oh, this player is good based on just PFF ratings, you probably shouldn't be giving an opinion about a player or a team. It's not just about PFF rankings. So, look, it's a popularity contest, guys. It happens in the NBA. How many times have we seen a guy playing at a top 3 level at his position get snubbed over, hey, it's Steph Curry. Steph Curry's on the team. He's got to make it. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's got to make it. It's a popularity contest, and that's what it's turned into. So,
and especially
I don't see who you sub him out for. I'm sorry, Lattimore's role is much more vital than Awarie's, and I mean that not in a disrespectful way. It's just the truth. He is the lockdown corner, number 1 assignment. Anchor of that defense week in and week out.
Yeah, on an island, man. Just Marshawn Island.
Trayvon Diggs, playmaker. Jalen Ramsey, playmaker. And then, of course, Darius Slay, playmaker. Yeah. Awarie, I would say it, playmaker.
Yeah.
Great. This was not the year, unfortunately.
And for Penei Sewell especially, just because of how he started. I mean, the penalties, and probably about week 4, week 5, he started taking that just jump to what we've all expected to see out of Penei Sewell. But I think the first 4 weeks hurt him. And Tyron Smith, I kind of compared the penalties. I wanted to compare everything.
I don't even think it was the first 4 weeks, to be honest, because I think we saw Nick Bosa week 1. He went up against him. He had his best game. After coming off a rough preseason.
Yeah, no, he had a great...
It was the struggles. I think you're right.
2, 3, kind of in that area.
I think it was 3 to 5 or 2 to 4. It was one of the two, but...
Tyron
even
didn't
then,
struggle like that.
You can have bad games in the NFL. Everybody on this Pro Bowl list has had a bad game outside of Trent Williams. It's okay. Having said that, do you really expect a rookie whose fan base has whose team has won 2 games, whose fan base has not really gotten enough energy where they're like, gotta vote this player in. It matters. That's our guy. We gotta get him in. Sorry. No. They're not Pro Bowlers by definition.
Right.
They may be alternates. And again, season like TJ Hawkinson, thumb surgery. Why is he on the Pro Bowl list? Aren't there other players who are playing that should be alternates? Off the top of my head, if I miss a few, I apologize. Cole Kmet, he's emerged in Chicago this year. He's looked like a really good target in the NFC. Any tight ends I'm missing, feel free to add to the list. That was just the first one that came to my mind this morning. Why Hawkinson? Again, popularity contest. And it's tough for rookies to win a popularity contest. And then you look at Awarie, he's essentially a rookie. Nobody knows who he is. He's having a breakout year.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, I could say the same thing about Trayvon Diggs. Huh. Well, Trayvon Diggs plays for America's team. They get the most ratings.
They have 10 wins.
If I sat up here and talked about the Dallas Cowboys every day, you would see a significant difference in ratings if it was a national radio station. It's not. The Cowboys sell. It's a marketing machine, and I just told you it's a popularity contest. It is what it is. I feel Carolina had a few snubs on the defensive side of the ball. Just my opinion. But then you look at... It's so funny. It's so funny where we've gone here. You guys want to talk about a real snub? And I hate to bring this up. But Matthew Stafford, not voted into the Pro Bowl. Kyler Murray, who's missed, 3 games? Really?
You just beat
Aaron
him head to
Rodgers
head.
being there? Absolutely. No problems with it. Yes. Kyler Murray? Okay, not only did Matthew Stafford just beat Kyler Murray and the Rams, but not only recency bias has he been playing at a higher level, but he hasn't missed any games. He has the second highest passer rating in the league, only behind who? One of the greatest quarterbacks ever to lace it up, Aaron Rodgers. See what I mean?
Yeah, second in passing touchdowns,
That's
too.
a snub.
Yeah, that's a real snub.
Not an unknown corner, because, guys, it is a popularity contest for the most part. So on a year where I could argue there was an emerging player coming out of the NFC and he just so happens to play for the Detroit Lions, it doesn't matter. Because if he doesn't do it next year, it never mattered. So unless he's playing at that level next year, he won't be considered for the Pro Bowl. Whew.
And that is a shame a little bit, too, I got to say. Because, think about it. Think about it from
Do you watch the NBA All-Star Game?
I mean, yes, but not pay attention to it. I have it on.
Do you watch it minute to minute?
No, not minute to minute, no.
You watch the three-point contest, the dunk contest, even the skills contest, because it's more entertaining than the actual game. Nobody watches the NFL Pro Bowl.
No, I agree with you. But you think the Pro Bowl means something to a guy 3 years in. He has never made a Pro Bowl. I'm sure. He has a breakout year, 6 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, and he's not even. I don't know if he's an alternate. I don't know the whole news, but if you go into next year, Adam, and you're like, okay, if I got 6 interceptions, we weren't very good. Do I got to get 5 and we get 7 wins, or do I have to land 6 again? What's the ceiling for me to at least just get in the Pro Bowl? You know what I mean?
Pro Bowl used to be a badge of honor, and when you used to associate a Hall of Famer, what was it? How many Pro Bowls did he make?
Yep.
All pros. And now it's just, how many All Pros? What do her stats look like? What do he do to his team in terms of contributing to winning? What's his legacy? You don't even acknowledge Pro Bowls anymore, especially post 2014-15.
Yeah.
You don't acknowledge it. It doesn't hold the same value anymore. So don't get worked up over
it. Okay, we're going to head to a break, but I will admit I do watch every second of the All-Star Game NBA because my 12-year-old loves it and likes to see all the highlights and all that. But we're going to stick with the Lions. Coming up next, we're going to preview their game against the Falcons this weekend. But first, Jeff, tell us about our friends at Northwestern Tech.
Yeah, Northwestern Tech. Guys, Northwestern Tech, we talk about how boring the Pro Bowl is sometimes. Well, Northwestern Tech, they can help you get started with a new career in an industry that is always essential. It's the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu.
Hi, I'm Cade, Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Your Detroit alternative to the normal sports blah, blah, blah. It's Woodward Sports.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everyone watching us live. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Switch. You can also download the Woodward Sports app on Apple and Google Play. We are everywhere. Make sure to follow us. Sticking with the Lions, previewing the game against the Falcons, coming off that shocking win against the Cardinals, winning 2 of their last 3. Are they going to beat the Falcons on the Falcons' home turf? Are they going to Or are the Falcons going to win their first game?
Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle.
That's all you need to say.
And
Adam, what day is the game on?
Tim Boyle.
That's not the question. What day is the game on?
Tim Boyle.
Okay, cool. Thanks for answering my question.
You got
Really
it, buddy.
appreciate
Tim
it.
Boyle.
That's all that needs to be said, man.
The Detroit Lions play the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. They visit Atlanta. You know what's funny about Atlanta? They haven't won a home game this year.
And we haven't won a road game. So it's
So somebody's getting the first win of the year.
Somebody's getting something.
Look, I mean, honestly, I think the team is actually going to miss Jared Goff a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's actually been playing at a pretty good level as of late. I would say at a top 5 level in terms of passer rating. He's looked really good, really comfortable, confident. Mm-hmm. The offense has kind of given off that vibe as well. So it's unfortunate that he got COVID right now and that he tested positive because, well, you had momentum and now you're going to miss a game. That is not a good sign. In regards to the outcome, look, I think Atlanta handles business. I've always been honest with all of you. For as long as I've been talking into this microphone, I've always been honest with you. And I've always told you that I am a selfish human being. And as a selfish human being, I expect the Atlanta Falcons to throw all over the Detroit Lions on Sunday. Why? Because this selfish man has Russell Gage in his flex spot. And I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to separate my biases, but I can't. I apologize. Too much money on the line. Semifinals. Can't do it. Having said that, jokes aside. What does this offense look like with Tim Boyle? And I don't think it changes theoretically, game plan-wise. I think they're going to keep the same game plan. Get the run going. Play action. Take the easy 5, 6, 7 yard underneath routes and take your shots when you have them available to you. Great. The X factor, as always, going into a Lions Sunday football game, will be the performance of Aaron Glenn and the defense. And if the Aaron Glenn defense can step up to the plate and keep it close, I have no doubts that the Lions, maybe they can pull it off. But unfortunately, Atlanta have a weapon that, who are you assigning him to? Who's guarding Kyle Pitts? Now, I'm not saying Kyle Pitts is a top 3, top 5 tight end, don't get me wrong, but he's a problem. And if you don't pay him enough attention, he will gash you, especially on play action underneath routes, where he takes them and he goes 15, 20 yards downfield. And don't forget, he's also a deep threat.
Yeah.
Who will be shadowing Kyle Pitts this Sunday? That's what I'm going to be looking at when I'm watching on TV. I am going to look at Kyle Pitts, who's running with him. Are they going to press him at the line of scrimmage? Are you going to want to take away Cordell Patterson?
I was just about to say that's who I'm watching.
Who is another X factor on that team?
He is.
Jeff, please go into this more. But God bless him, he's having a great year.
Yeah.
You want to talk about guys that get snubbed? How about the guy that's literally all-purpose? Running game, receiving, and no joke, he's the number 1 option at both.
Yeah. Yep. It's absolutely it's ridiculous. That's who I'm worried about this week. And obviously Tim Boyle, the Atlanta Falcons to begin with aren't a very good team offensively. We know this. They average only 18 points a game compared to the Lions 17. But like Adam just said, I think the momentum is the biggest thing for me. You had Jared Goff. He's been playing great football these last couple games. We talked about it yesterday, up in that category of the Matthew Staffords, the Russell Wilsons, Aaron Rodgers, that type of pass rating. So he's playing good football with limited options around him. Josh Reynolds is emerging. Amon-Ra St. Brown's playing great football. I think it's going to hurt them this week that now you have Tim Boyle. You got to go back to Tim, and you've seen what this offense was already with Tim. And Tim's a backup quarterback. I mean, he's not the worst in the world, but he's not going to. I don't think he beats Matt Ryan on the road. Even though the Lions haven't won a game on the road, I think the Falcons will get their second win at home this week, just because simply defensively, I expect the Lions to play hard. Obviously, Charles Harris returning to his former team, coming off a monster game. I don't have doubts. I could see the Falcons winning this game, scoring 20 points, 21 points. It doesn't take a whole lot. If Jared Goff was playing, though, I may even go with the Lions the other way around, just because of how good they've been playing. They're in the momentum, the flow they're in, especially offensively with their passing game. But Tim Boyle, I'd be lying to you if I sat up here and said that I feel confident he's going to get the first win of the year on the road. But I think Cordell Patterson's the threat, because you have a guy who not only can do damage in the run game, he's a threat on the outside, and he's fast as hell. He has burner speed at a running back position. So that's the threat. I mean, Kyle Pitts, you mentioned it already. I think there's too many weapons, man.
I'm glad you brought this up. Why should I be confident in Tim Boyle? You shouldn't. You have no reason to.
Right.
That is like being confident that a blind person can cross you, can help you cross a major street. Tim Boyle sucks. So somebody has to say it and break the elephant in the room, so I'll just say it. Tim Boyle sucks. You've seen him start one time against Cleveland. 15 of 23, 77 yards, a whopping 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Dinkin' and Duncan.
That's what Tim Boyle looks like. And look, man, sorry, I like narratives. I like stories. I think it's one of the most fascinating parts of sports. David Blah, why isn't he not getting an opportunity here? And maybe he does at halftime when the Lions are probably down 21-7, 21-3.
Right.
Who knows? Or if the offense is completely anemic, who knows? I hope so. Because I'd like to see David Blau. I think as Lions fans, you can all admit you shared a moment with him this off season when he was cheering on his girlfriend / I believe fiance when she was competing in the Olympics. Correct? That's a big deal. And that's not why he should start. I just think he's a better quarterback.
Yeah.
But the fact that you have 3 quarterbacks on your roster and one has played like absolute manure, and you continue to push him at the front of the aisle, I don't see it. I don't know why it's Tim Boyle. Is David Blau that bad in practice?
Yeah.
That's not being reported. Not from Dave Burkett, not from Corey Woods, not from any of these beat writers and reporters. Nobody's reporting that David Blau was struggling, not looking good, may not even be on the roster next year. None of this. Tim Boyle is the guy you start if you just want to lose. David Blau was the guy you start if you want to see what you have in him, because maybe you keep him around in the future as a backup. And he's the guy you play if you want to continue the momentum that Jared Goff, the offense, the defense, everybody in Allen Park, the momentum they have had over the last 10, 14-day stretch. To their credit. That's the guy you start if you want to try and keep it going.
Yep.
But that's not the case. Tim Boyle starting, which tells me they're taking the day off, which has me very confident in starting Russell Gage. So like I said, I'm selfish. Fantasy football matters to me. And if there was ever a Sunday I want the Lions to take off, it's this Sunday, because it would benefit me. Having said that, I would like to see David Blau by or before halftime this game. I don't even see Tim Boyle having any significant impact on this game outside of turning the ball over. That's going to be his impact today, on Sunday. I don't see it.
Hey, let's have a game, all right? The Falcons average, they give up 257 yards per game and through the air, passing. 257. You think Tim Boyle clears that?
Tim Boyle doesn't clear 57. So let's get that out of the way.
Falcons give up yards, man.
I don't get it. I don't. For his career, he has thrown a whopping 27 passes. He's got a 66% completion percentage. All dink and dunks. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's who you're starting. Why? What do you like? I don't like having to sit up here every single day and like questioning some decision that was made or why this, why that, because I can understand it just comes off as, well, you're just, it's another thing you want to talk about and you just want to like disagree with it. No. Honestly, I think you can all agree we'd rather see David Blau start and the team actually look functionable than Tim Boyle, who will go out there. And if you think Jared Goff throws ducks, wait till you see the pigs that Tim Boyle throws. It ain't pretty. It is not pretty. And I'm not talking the fresh, clean, humanely raised and killed pig. I'm talking the hairy, nasty ones that are effing up the environment. I'm talking about the ones in Texas that are absolutely ruining everything and that people are having to go out and kill themselves. Those are the pigs I'm talking about. It ain't pretty. We got to go to break.
How do you really feel about Tim Boyle?
Oh,
Just kidding.
listen, I'm, Joanna, you don't know this about me. I'm in favor of dictators. I think it's necessary sometimes. And sometimes you just have a population that just don't know what's good for them. And you need people to step up and make the right decisions. And I think in this case, there needs to be a dictator in the Lions organization that comes down and says, I'm going to eliminate this guy. He cannot be starting on Sunday.
On that note, we're going to take a break. But first off, and now Cade, we're going to get into Cade Cunningham being on the COVID protocol list coming up after the break. But if you want to make a bet on the Lions and Falcons game on Sunday, Adam, where should they go?
You should go to my bookie. Bet from anywhere, anytime, everybody using my bookie. The key thing here is there's Thursday Night Football tonight. Niners and the Titans. Now, tell me that isn't a fun game to bet on. Same game parlay.
Yep.
You want to do player props, receiver props, quarterback props, passing touchdowns, over under on the points. You want to take the spread, money line, be my guest. It's all available on my bookie. And make sure you sign up today using code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit, dollar for dollar. You put in $1,000, they'll give you $1,000. You don't have any money because you spent it all on Christmas? I totally understand. Put in $100, they'll give you $100. And my friends, be responsible. And please listen. If you suck at gambling or you just have an addiction, call the Gambling Problem Hotline at 1-800-270-7117.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Opinions are like ear holes, and we're putting ours in yours.
Well, that's not winning, joint.
It's Woodward Sports.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. We were talking about golf on COVID protocols. Now, Cade Cunningham of the Pistons also entering COVID protocols. The only win that the Pistons have had in the last 11 games is against Miami. They're taking them on again tonight without Cade. Do the Pistons have a chance to compete without Cade Cunningham, guys?
No, they don't. And this team is definitely the worst team in basketball. I think if you look at it, Cade was the glue that was keeping this thing together. And although he was playing bad, especially last game, didn't shoot very efficiently, he's the engine. He's the guy who has the ball in his hands. Killian's been out with COVID already, so I'm not sure if he's expected to return, especially tonight against the Miami Heat. But no, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. And right now, at least, the Pistons know, we're going to lose our first overall pick for probably a game or two, get him back, and the rest of the season is already a wash. I mean, if you're a Pistons fan, you acknowledge this. We talked about this all the time. This team needs a lot of things. Number one, it starts with shooting, and either you address it by the trade deadline. I'd prefer you do it in the offseason or the draft because you're not in a rush. I mean, this team's not ready to compete now. Maybe you attempt to trade Jeremy Grant. This is the season for building not only an identity but trying to form a team. I mean, this team right now is not working. Isaiah Stewart, he's the 5 right now. What is his future? Is he a 4? Are you going to draft a 5, sign a 5, trade for a 5? I know they signed Check Diallo from the G League, which, great player. Not 7 foot. He's 6'8", same size as Isaiah Stewart. So not sure if that's the model they're going with, just signing 6'8" guys to play center. But they're going to need size. They're going to need shooting. They're 29th in the league right now in terms of outside shooting. So,
question for you.
A lot of things.
How many games is he going to miss?
Not too many.
2 to 3?
Yeah, not a lot of games.
Not many, right? Well, do they score over 60 points in any of those games?
You know how the Thunder lost by that record margin, like 74 points? I think it's possible. I think it's possible we break that shit. Or
everybody in the chat. Jeff swore for the first time on the Morning Woodward Show as a proud parent.
I'm pissed
This
off.
is the greatest day of my life. I can't believe it.
Hey, listen.
Oh my God, Justin, I know you're going to be clipping this out for the radio. Oh my God, I can't believe what I just heard. You have shown excellent development in the last 30 seconds.
Character development.
Oh my God.
Yes. Adam, I can't hold it in.
My goodness.
They're going to get smoked, Adam.
Yes.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, man.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Yes.
I was trying to hold. I'm doing so good for so long.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Jesus Christ.
Am I wrong, though?
No. Look, I hope they don't lose by a record margin, but I think they're going to struggle offensively. Gonna miss watching Cade. I mean, that's what you're tuning into Pistons basketball for right now. You want to see Cade, Sadiq, Killian, of course. You want to see the guys play. But with Cade out, it's going to be rough. God help them. I hope they can score a few points. But you know what? Since we're talking about COVID, and as the epidemiologist that I am, quote unquote, and as the health official that I am, I'm joking. College football has this insanely weird ruling where you can forfeit if you don't have enough players to field.
Yeah.
Now, of course, in college football, it's an 80, 90-man roster at times.
Mm-hmm.
So that technically should not be an issue. But do you want to watch Alabama play Cincinnati if Ahmad Gardner and Desmond Ridder are out and Bryce Young has to sit out because of COVID? Do you want to watch the Orange Bowl if Hassan Haskins is out, Aiden Hutchinson is out, Jones, the D tackle from Georgia, the big fella, if he's out? Do you want to watch that game? Do you? And how does that impact the award for national champion at the end of the year? Do you take it with a grain of salt? I know we always do the asterisk thing and, this happened. Look, things happen. I refuse. No matter what happens, I don't care if a team forfeits. I don't. I'm telling you guys now. I don't care if a team forfeits. Whoever wins the national championship deserves it. Is it annoying that COVID may play a factor in all this? Absolutely, I am not happy about it. But I do not, and I refuse to take away a national title from a ton of kids and a university and a fan base because of a national and really a global crisis. I refuse to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We should be doing that with the Lakers. I don't like it. And I know maybe it'll feel like, well, I don't feel they're the true champion. At the end of the day, the team that wins and plays for the national title is the champion. I don't care if it's Cincinnati, Michigan, Georgia, Alabama. I don't care if it's a Georgia-Michigan final. And the other teams got COVID. I don't care. But, Jeff, you brought this up this morning. I'm really curious where you're at with this. I don't think we're going to see eye to eye on this in terms of the validity of the being crowned national champion, given a scenario where you're missing one of your best players.
Right.
But I don't think you can take away from that. Even if Alabama doesn't have Bryce Young, I'm not taking away from anybody. I refuse to.
And I was reading this article, and I read that the AD of each of the teams have to report the day of the game that all players have tested negative. And we know the Michigan players, they went ahead, got vaccinated already. They're getting the booster. Georgia is dealing with some cases. Their quarterback's missing. JT Daniels, sort of like the JJ McCarthy for Michigan. And then you had George Pickens test positive. He's negative, so he'll be back. And if you look at, Alabama, I think they're 90% vaccinated. So, although you have coaches in Alabama that are also testing positive, I would be more upset, and this is me being biased, as a fan of college football, that if you get to a national championship game and let's say Bryce Young faces off with, it could be Michigan or Georgia, who cares? And Bryce Young's not able to play. Let's say Michigan beats them. I know Alabama's not going to care. They're going to put, the QB2 back there and try to win the game. the validity, the asterisk, I guess, next to it, if Alabama wins, would be my disappointment.
I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't say.
Tough.
I wouldn't say I'd put an asterisk.
So
I really wouldn't.
So let's say if Alabama gets there, all right, and they lose Bryce Young, Michigan gets there, and they destroy Alabama, or let's say it's relatively close,
but
they
they
can pull
still
out a win. Yeah, they still
win.
win.
Well, then the Alabama fans can say, if we had Bryce Young, we would have won.
Right.
I don't care. Michigan are national champions. Georgia are national champions. You can shut the hell up.
What if it's Cincinnati?
And what if it's Michigan that lose Aiden Hutchinson?
True, and then they
J.J.
lose.
McCarthy, and they lose Hassan Haskins, and they have to go up against Alabama or Cincinnati, fully healthy. Sorry, they're the champions. I can understand your frustrations with why you lost and how you believe, had you been healthy, you could have or should have won. Great. Could have and should have do not exist in this world. You're either a winner or a loser. And when you play in a championship game, there's a winner and a loser. And again, that doesn't mean I can't be understanding of how frustrating it would be as a fan of the sport that I can't watch two teams fully go at it. I don't want to see a team at 95% play a team at 80%. That is not a good look for me. But it doesn't take away from those kids winning a national title, that fan base, that coaching staff, and everything involved in this entire season.
Yeah.
Does it suck? It absolutely does. But I just gave you two examples. Michigan wins a natty. You don't give a crap. You don't care if Michigan wins the natty. And Bryce Young, he's out with COVID. Nick Saban's out. You don't care what happens with COVID if Michigan win.
But if they lose.
But if they lose because of it, now it's a problem. So let's just leave it at that. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
Do you think they'll go
ahead.
The NFL approach, where I think they already they already came out and said if a player is reporting no symptoms and is vaccinated, they will not be tested. So I think that's already, assuming they will be copying the same policies as the NFL. If a player is not showing symptoms and he tests positive, but he is vaccinated, he should be able to play.
They should take the NFL approach. I wish they would. Steve Yzerman was even questioning the NHL about how they're handling it. Michigan are all, as a team, getting the booster. I don't know how confident I am in all this. And again, as a certified board member on the CDC, as a man who spent 40 years of his life researching and studying bacteria, viruses, diseases, as someone who's spent the last 18 months being a keyboard warrior, I hate the fact that COVID could play a role in who wins the national championship. I don't have to like it, but for me, it doesn't take away from who the champion is. As a viewer, do I want to see the two best teams go at it fully healthy?
Yeah.
I absolutely do. I refuse to take credit away.
So, okay, I get your stance if the team's facing the natty, one team is missing some players. What if, this is very unlikely. This is probably not going to happen, but in the rules, it could happen. Let's say Alabama, Michigan, Georgia outbreak. Cincinnati's your natty, and they didn't even have to play Alabama. They
didn't have to play. I think that's a different.
Yeah, okay. Then that's
if any team wins because they didn't have to play a game, I'm just gonna sit there and say, all right, I'm just as much of a national champion as you are because I didn't play in the game, and where's my award?
Right.
But look, if we're able to see all three games go down, the two semifinals and then the final game, whoever wins is the champion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And if there's a scenario where the Orange Bowl is played and the winner plays the winner of Cincinnati Bama, but one of the teams in the championship game have to pull out, is Bama or Cincinnati awarded? That's tricky. That pulls at me, because I think if you leave it on the field, regardless of how banged up you are, regardless of how many players may be out, I can at least see it and respect it.
Yeah.
But if this championship is awarded with no down being played in the championship game,
like back in the day,
which won't happen, by the way,
yeah.
because that is millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars gone away.
Right.
That is millions and millions and millions of dollars in advertising gone. That is millions and millions and millions of viewership, publicity, brand programming, running your commercials for your university at the time. All that goes away. It's not happening. I don't see anybody being awarded without playing. They're playing all the games. The NCAA is going to tell them, tough luck, get out there and play.
Right.
Bryce Young not available? Sorry, Nick. Jim Harbaugh not available to coach against Georgia? Sorry, Michigan. Deal with it. Figure it out. We need to play. We're playing the games, even though I think they should take the NFL approach.
And I think they already said they'd move the, I think, national championship game as much as 4 days. So they'd move it. If you have to reschedule, it's 4 days. And after that, if you can't play,
well,
the
at
other
least they have a
person's the winner.
guideline for it,
Yeah.
right? It's not like some of these leagues that, oh, I didn't see this one coming.
Right.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, they say the latest is January 14th, but when do they think about moving it? Because they already put in if one team gets COVID, the next team up for the playoffs. So how do they figure out whether to reschedule it or the team forfeits? They're not making it
they
easy.
find out if they reschedule based on the COVID breakout, and then they reschedule. After the reschedule,
But it has to be
if the
both
team is not
teams then,
available,
right? It has to be
and
both teams. Okay.
Well, then that's I don't know what the hell was going to happen there. I don't if both teams have it. I love this question though.
Well, no, I was asking you. It has to be both teams, right? Because they already placed that
No,
if
it
one
needs to be
team
one
gets
of the teams.
it.
If one of the teams has the outbreak, they'll reschedule to give them time.
Well, that's not what they're saying. They're saying
no,
that they'll
that's exactly
just
what they're
cancel
saying.
it.
Because if, let's say the championship game is Bama and Michigan. If Michigan has a COVID outbreak, they'll extend it by 4 days. If Michigan is still unable and unwilling to suit up, Alabama wins the national title.
And I think that's only the natty. Like, if Michigan can't play, Georgia advances.
Yeah, Georgia's
It's not like
advancing
they
right
wait
away.
for
Yep.
Michigan. Yeah, they won't wait for them.
I love this scenario, though, from Matt Carrier. What if the two semifinal games are forfeits, but the national title game is played? Fine. They're champions.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I mean,
I'm okay with that. And if it means Cincinnati, Georgia, Bama, Michigan, Bama, Cincinnati, I don't care what the alternative is. Show me on the field what happens, and I can at least take it. I can at least take a chance on it and say, you know what? I respect that.
what about Wyatt's question? I thought this was
What is
interesting.
that?
I think if any playoff team can't play, throw in number 5 and so on. I mean,
No.
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 That'd be out of this world.
I would rather gouge my eyes
than see Notre Dame.
Okay? I would rather walk across Woodward naked and be forced to get run over by 6 cars than see Notre Dame get into the college football playoff.
So interesting you bring that up because we already had an issue. Texas A&M had to pull out of the Gator Bowl.
Yep.
So they're
I
looking
saw
for
that,
a new team to
Yeah,
play
it's
Wake
the
Forest on
Gator
the 31st.
Bowl, buddy. It's the Gator Bowl, not the national semifinal.
Okay, but it's still an example that
No,
they
it's
have
not.
to look
Totally
at.
different circumstances. This isn't the Snickers Bowl. This isn't the eat as many fries as you want bowl. This is the game that decides who goes to the national championship.
Eat as many fries as you want, bowl.
I want to be part of
Did
that
you guys
bowl.
see that?
Sign
they
me
were dumping
up.
fries on a head coach.
Yeah, that's
the Idaho
What the hell
Potato
is
Bowl.
this? I'm
It's
going to
the-
go start
it's
a
the
company. I swear to you, I'm going to go start some food company, and in 10 years, I'm going to sponsor a bowl game. And it's going to be the dump tartar sauce on your Coach Bowl. Man, what is this? Unbelievable.
Well, no, they've
Or
done
you
it
throw
every
gingerbread
year.
cookies.
Oh, I think there's a
The
mayonnaise
gingerbread
one
bowl.
too.
There is.
There's a mayonnaise one too.
I
That's,
don't
that's
know.
gross.
I
They've
can't
done
wait
it
to see
every.
bowl.
Is this the first time you've seen it? They've done it every year for like 20 years.
Unfortunately, it is the first time, and I'm really sad that I have to witness.
I'm
that.
sad that you haven't seen it before.
It's
It
a
disappoints me.
disgrace to the game of college football.
It's a disgrace to me that you haven't seen it before.
It's a disgrace that you throw fries on somebody.
I want fries thrown on me,
You sick people.
and then just drop them around.
That's
Eat 'em.
why this country deals with obesity. Because you have, the all-you-can-eat bowl, the Chick-fil-A bowl,
Reese's Yep, bowl.
the
Chick-fil-A,
Reese's bowl, the
Reese's,
Snickers bowl.
yep.
It's a society full of fat asses.
Outback steak
It's a society full of fat asses who won't get off their couch and get in shape and eat correctly. Eat a damn salad. Where's the eat a
Where's
damn
the
salad
salad
bowl? Where's that?
We need
Where's
the salad
that?
bowl.
The lettuce bowl. What about
Where's the lettuce bowl?
And then you get lettuce dumped on you.
vegetarian bowl? You start-
I'd rather see lettuce thrown on somebody. At least it's kind of humane. French fries?
Ooh-wee.
What a joke.
And by the way, I think Rutgers is taking that spot for A&M, which is funny. But anyway, we're going to switch gears and get back to the NFL with just a few games left. Who are the top quarterbacks right after the break? But first of all, Jeff, let's hear from our friends at Guardian Alarm.
Yeah, well, we know during this time, COVID, obviously a lot of things aren't normal. And with Guardian Alarm, it's always normal. They protect you. Guardian Alarm gets it. Good defense on and off the field. Helps you feel secure. Guardian Alarm has state-of-the-art technology that helps you feel safe, all with 24/7 local monitoring. Guardian Alarm also has convenient features that let you check in on your home. You can control lights and temperatures, or detect smoke or carbon monoxide. It will even let you lock and unlock doors. Call 800-STAY-OUT today.
Out.
You hear fish, that's 800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out.
Guardian Alarm has been trusted for over 90 years at keeping families safe.
Thank you, Detroit. Because of your generous donations, this year's Stuff a Studio was a massive success. With the help from our friends at Meyer, Guardian Alarm, and people like you, we were able to send a massive U-Haul filled with toys to Mott Children's Hospital.
I'm aware thought it was pretty cool, but more importantly, my daughter had surgery at Mott back in about 2005 for brain surgery. They did a miraculous job for her. As a matter of fact, she's graduated from Michigan State on Saturday. You could never
Hey,
tell.
go green, right?
Thank you. And we really want to thank you. I know we're standing in front of this very large building, but when you look up, this building is full right now with a lot of sick kids that are going to be here through the holidays. And this team is amazing to make sure that they can at least smile during the holidays, and what you guys have done for us will make sure that we're bringing that magic into their hospital room. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Live from Woodward Avenue. That's why we're called Woodward Sports. Detroit's real sports network.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. You can also listen to us on the radio, The Roar, 93.1 FM, 93.5 FM, as well as 94.7 HD2. And download wherever you listen to podcasts on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music. We're everywhere. Follow us, download us. We are switching it back to the NFL. Just a few games left. Is it Stafford? Is it Rodgers? Who are the top 5 quarterbacks right now?
Ooh.
He's giving me that look.
All right. I'm going to let you start with number 5.
Okay.
But I do want to point this out. So I spent a lot of time on this last night.
Yeah. It was tough.
And you know
Me
what
too.
surprised me?
It was tough.
Lamar Jackson is having a really bad year.
He's not in your top 5, right?
Oh, God, no.
Okay. All right. We're good.
Only Jameis Winston and Case Keenum have a lower completion percentage than Lamar Jackson.
Oh, God.
And Case Keenum's only played, one and a half games?
One game.
So that doesn't even qualify. That is concerning for Lamar. When I saw that, I said, oh, no. Like, I actually thought he was improving this year and statistically regressing. I'm a bit concerned, but let's get into it. Top 5. Give me number 5, Jeff.
5 was the toughest for me.
Actually, do we want to start at 1?
Start at 1. It's easier
I
to
think
go
it's
through
easier
1.
to start at 1.
Yeah.
Who is the best quarterback in the NFL right now?
Aaron Rodgers. And to me, not only because he's leading the NFL in QB rating, but besides the point, I mean, he's 30-4 on the year. Obviously, Aaron doesn't throw interceptions. It's not even about statistics. It's about dominance. And the guy, besides one game he didn't play in, he's been one of the best damn good quarterbacks in the league. So MVP, to me, he deserves to be number 1.
Definitely an MVP frontrunner.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you. Highest passer rating in the NFL. Unbelievable year, 30 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. My goodness, Aaron, and I believe
only 2 since week 1.
2 of them came in week 1. So he's had 30 touchdowns and 2 interceptions since the blowout shutout loss to the New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
Not bad, Aaron. Not bad. Remember his famous saying, relax.
That's exactly what he's doing.
That's exactly what has happened. Number 2, for me, Matthew Stafford. He is playing at the second highest level, in my opinion, in the NFL right now. Yes, even above Tom Brady. Yes, even above Kyler Murray. 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, the second highest passer rating in the NFL.
Yep.
6 points clear of the next highest person. He's only 2 points behind Aaron Rodgers in terms of passer rating. He's having a phenomenal year. Second in the league in total yards thrown. He's doing a hell of a job. I think he's playing at a top 3 level. Now, if you want to argue with me and put Brady at 2, I'm not going to kill you for it. But for me, right now, Matthew Stafford is playing at a top 2 level. Jeff.
This one was tough for me, honestly. I had Brady at first to put at number 2, but the more I looked at the stats, I mean, the number one thing for me was Brady was number 1, not only because he was leading the league in touchdowns at age 45, but the guy was leading, he's still leading the entire NFL in passing yards. Now, Matthew's close, and that kind of conversation's starting to quiet down for me because Matthew, like you said, second best passer rating in the NFL. We get the stretch of 3 straight pick sixes, but the fact of the matter is, last 2-3 games, he's played pretty good. So I got Matthew at number 2 as well.
Really?
I would assume, yeah.
I did not expect that this morning.
I did, only because the statistics are so close, and recency bias is important. Obviously, we're ranking him right now, and Matthew's been playing better football. So I have him at number 2, and I assume Tom's number 3.
And Tom is going to take a dip right now, and I love Tom.
Just for right now.
And if you ever doubt Tom, do me a favor, blindfold yourself and walk to the Grand Canyon. I'm telling you right now.
He could easily
do not doubt this guy. He is just a proven winner, and he proves people wrong all the time. Having said that, number 3, Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady easily.
I'm so happy we agree on 1 through 3. 4 and 5, I think that's where I'm going to throw you off a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But Tom Brady, we agree at number 3, leading the league in yards, leading the league in touchdowns, but only by 1. Matthew Stafford is only 1 touchdown behind him, guys. That plays a big factor as well into this. Quarterback rating, passer rating of 100.4. I am enjoying Tom Brady's season. He's 7th in the league in terms of passer rating. Technically, I would say he's 6th because Jameis Winston does not count. He's only played 7 games. He's 3rd on the list at the moment. Having said that, Tom Brady, for me, playing at the 3rd highest level. It's tough coming off a shutout. If he didn't have the shutout, he's likely to, but sorry. After that donut, Stafford, good game against Seattle. Got to give it to Stafford. That's 1, 2, and 3 so far for me.
Yeah, and this, wow. I'm telling you, it gets tougher, this list, because, again, I want to put Patrick Mahomes, but it's hard for me because I look at the statistics and you acknowledge the fact that Mahomes, he had that 5 touchdown performance against the Raiders. Since then, he has 5 touchdowns in 5 games with 3 interceptions. And, Patrick Mahomes, maybe we're overreacting because of the first 2 years. Patrick had a great beginning of his career, such a great beginning that now it's kind of like, all right, you got 30 touchdowns, you got 12 interceptions. It's a pretty good year. But no, I'm going to put Justin Herbert. And the reason why I'm going to put Justin Herbert is because not only does he have a higher passer rating, obviously.
All right. Who shared my notes this morning with Jeff?
Well, no.
Who? No. Who sent out the email?
No. Okay, you know what?
Who sent out the email?
You know what's ironic? When we started this, you knew we disagree, and somehow we're not disagreeing. I don't get it.
Fish? You sent in my prep?
I didn't send anything. I printed it out for you.
Are you sure, buddy?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And listen.
You're swearing under oath right now.
I am swearing under oath.
You're not lying.
No.
You didn't share my notes.
I had Mahomes.
I don't even have his notes.
I had Mahomes on
or
there
your
first.
notes.
It took me a while to really look and acknowledge the fact that the Chiefs may have won. They split the games this year, 1-1. The Chiefs they have 10 wins, of course. The Chargers, though, could have won that game, and they could have went up 2-0 on the Chiefs. They were in the red zone. They made a ton of errors. So I have Justin Herbert. I think.
I love you right now.
He's balling. The guy's
absolutely he's balling. Number 8 in terms of passer rating in the NFL. Number 7 technically if you want to get rid of Jameis Winston. From that list, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, playing at an extremely high level. Give me Justin Herbert, number 4 quarterback in the NFL. He's one of what? 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks in the NFL right now with 4,000 yards passing. Not bad. Elite company. He's a top 4 quarterback for me. All right. I'm praying to God you don't have the same number 5 as I do. So please, for God's sake, tell me who number 5 is.
I got Mahomes. Mahomes.
Thank God we disagree.
Okay, so I have Mahomes.
Thank you, football gods. I have to go 6 minutes agreeing with Jeff because he stole my notes.
And that is because, listen, Josh, I was looking at it was Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes to me, and I compared the quarterback rating. They're very similar in terms of statistics. I just went with the point of I think Patrick Mahomes. There's been times where he's looked better, and there's also been times where they've looked probably equally as bad. So it was tough. It's a toss-up, really, but I'm gonna give it to Mahomes, man, just because I picked him to go to the Super Bowl. You better damn well have a top 5 quarterback if you're going there. So a little biased for me, but I got Mahomes.
All right, 5 was the hardest. And I would say not only the most difficult, the most the most I had to really think through, who am I putting at 5? Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, right? So many quarterbacks. So many quarterbacks to choose from. Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, playing at a high level this year. And I had to think to myself, who am I putting at number 5? You look at the names, there's so many names to choose from. Can you go wrong? Honestly, I think you can go wrong. And with Mahomes, you did bring up the last 3 games since the explosion against
the Raiders. The first time.
Excuse me, the Giants. No, the Raiders, excuse me. He had a really good game against Los Angeles. I think they do look like they're back. But for me, the quarterback playing at the 5th highest level at the moment is Josh Allen. The value he's bringing to the team right now that is struggling is immense. He's making really good decisions, higher passer rating, higher completion percentage, more touchdowns, fewer interceptions. This was tough for me. It was between him, Kyler, Mahomes, and even Dak. This was not easy to pick number 5 for me. It was really difficult. But for me, it is Josh Allen. So to round it out, we both agreed on 1 through 4. Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, Justin Herbert. I have just Josh Allen. And Jeff, my friend, you have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, of the 5, you have 3 MVP votes. 2 of them need to go to Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor. Come the end of the season, who is the MVP? And who gets that vote?
Well,
let me rephrase it this way. Of all 5 quarterbacks we just listed, who is getting your vote at the end of the year? Who do you project to be on top at the end of the year? Is it still Aaron Rodgers?
For me, my MVP, when I look at who I'm going to decide as MVP, I look at, number 1, the record, obviously, overall team dominance. How important are you to that team in terms of that win and loss ratio? And if the Packers stay above, number 1 in the NFC, and Aaron Rodgers statistically is going to be there, and clearly he's the engine that makes that team run, I think it's Aaron. But, I mean, again, Matthew, I can see making a case, but then again, Cooper Kupp's in the MVP conversation. So how do you, justify Matthew over Aaron when Aaron doesn't have anybody else on his team in that conversation? So to me, it's Aaron. I don't think Tom right now. Maybe Tom can still has a chance if he puts up absurd numbers, but the loss to the Saints twice this year hurts that case. And then Mahomes just had such a bad start to the year that it's hard to throw him in there. Justin Herbert maybe, but Aaron Rodgers has the better overall record. So I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
You know what? I won't disagree there. I just think he's playing at too high of a level. Having said that, Lockerbie Sports commented, my list is basically the same as ours, essentially with Joe Burrow at the end. And you know what? Joe Burrow's having a good year. I don't think anybody really talking about it. Cincinnati Bengals, nobody really takes him seriously. I like that. I really do. I really do. But, guys, it's almost 9 o'clock. We do need to head to break. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. Joanna, any disagreements there?
I don't disagree at all. But
right.
I did have Mahomes. You didn't have Mahomes.
No.
I had Mahomes.
No, I hate his brother. I think honestly, if I could kick, if I could kick his brother down like a 70-flight staircase, I would. No hesitation. And I would lock him into a wheelchair and then I throw him down.
So you're going to hold that against him?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's not
It
on
matters. It matters. It matters. It absolutely matters to me.
You pay for your siblings'
Sorry.
mistake.
I don't like his wife.
Okay, now.
Okay,
I think she is the next Kelly Stafford.
Today.
Except I think she's actually worse than Kelly. And she's only, a 2-year vet, 3-year pro? Kelly's got 12, 13 years into this business, and she's already worse than her.
All right, moving on. All right, Patrick Mahomes not on your list. Jared
Dictatorships,
Goff is
Joanna.
Also, Jared Goff
if I was a dictator, you know what I'd do to Jackson
list.
Mahomes. There you go.
We're going to get back into the Lions and all the adversity that they're facing with Jared Goff on the COVID protocol list right after the break. But first, Adam, tell us about our friends at Gypsy.
Oh, guys, Gypsy Vodka, the smoothest tasting vodka out there right now. If you are one of the 4 fan bases of the college football teams currently left in the college football playoff, and you and your team may or may not have to forfeit, I recommend you drink it all down and accept it with Gypsy vodka. Nothing wrong with that, guys. Listen, we all had rough days. Nothing wrong. Or if you're just going out to the bar trying to have a good time, Gypsy's a great drink to mix and try with. Alex Westfall absolutely knows what I'm talking about. He's a big fan of it, and so am I, guys. Try Gypsy vodka, and as always, remember, please drink responsibly.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Go! Detroit Sports on Demand.
DeAndre Swift, he's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. Cunningham open in the corner, he tripled.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app today. Take us with you everywhere you go. Search Woodward Sports Network or WSN Live.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. We're not going to talk about Patrick Mahomes'
We need
brother
to talk about it. We need to continue
his
it
wife.
before we get into this. I'm sorry.
Adam still wants to talk about Patrick Mahomes, but we're also going to talk about the Lions and the adversity that they're facing with Jared Goff on the protocol list. I didn't know someone could be so mad about someone's brother or wife.
I need to address the people right now. I'm going to make my public announcement for office 2024. Listen, we live in a country right now that is extremely divided. And how do you unite people?
I don't know, Adam. How?
You get rid of things that are just not good for the country.
Oh boy. Yeah, but that's divisive.
That doesn't mean. No, that does not have to mean what you think it means, but it could very well mean that.
Okay.
Having said that, not only will I unite this country, we will eliminate this idea of left and right.
Okay.
We're gonna unite one party. Figure it out.
So can I ask a question, and
What's
I
up?
want you to answer it. How are you gonna reunite the country? How are you gonna take away rights and lefts?
Listen. I'm sorry. You know, history has shown it can be done.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Public officials.
What about public officials?
You know, send them on a Chuck E. Cheese trip. You know, send them to Chuck E. Cheese. Let them live at Chuck E. Cheese for a little bit.
Pizza's there is gross.
You stop letting people get misinformed, right? I'm not saying that there's one whole truth, but what you do, is you stop dividing people by feeding into their narratives.
Do you know how easy that is?
Conversating with people.
You know how easy that is to go on the internet and find out what's true and what's real? Like, that's very hard to do. I'd love to see you tackle that idea.
I'll take care of everybody in a day. Meta, gone. First thing I'm getting rid of. We're not living in this multiverse BS. I'm not putting on a headset and spending 14 hours of my day in the Amazon jungle because I have nothing better to do with my life and I'm not producing and being productive for society. So that goes right away. We'll start there. We'll start with, how about people just talk to each other?
Okay.
Force people to talk to each other. Start listening to each other more.
So take away social media. Is that what you're...
Look, I don't think you can take away social media. It's a way of people's life. But listen, am I old enough to run? I'm not sure.
You gotta be 35, I believe.
Listen, guys, I'm telling you. Sounds like a dictatorship. Could be. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
And that's why you've earned my vote.
By the way, speaking of dictatorship, North Korea banned laughing as one of their things for like a month, I think.
Huh?
North Korea banned laughing for like a month.
Laughing?
Yeah, because it's the 10-year anniversary of Kim Jong-il's death.
Why do you know this stuff?
It was on the internet.
What internet? What?
This
is the problem with this country.
It popped up on this is a normal site.
Oh my goodness! Like, this is the problem. We're an obese country and nobody wants to admit it.
You want me to send it to you?
And then we have news like this that gets read on air. What? Where do you find this? Don't tell me. Where?
No, this was an Australian site. They popped it up.
Fish, you're not even looking at news in the country. What are you doing?
But it's worldwide
Damn
news.
I need to bring on the propaganda
It's
train. I'm
worldwide-
sorry. Yeah, you know
it's
what?
worldwide news.
I'm sorry. It's a full dictatorship. We're not doing it anymore. No. See, you guys lost me 6 minutes in.
Look, I'll pull
you guys
it
lost
up.
me 6 minutes in. You lost your rights. It's a dictatorship. Everybody's going to Chuck E. Cheese, and we're going to figure it out. All right?
I'm really good at
We're going to do Squid Game's version of Chuck E. Cheese, basically, is what's going to happen. Those fit will continue. Joanna, we got to talk about the Lions. I don't know what just happened there.
We're going to get back on track now with the Lions.
What a fish.
It's news.
To who?
To everyone. To people. You brought up dictatorship.
I'm going to ban Tim Boyle for a month. That's the first thing I'll do as an elected official. I will ban Tim Boyle from playing football for a month. How about that? That way we can see David Blau, who's at least thrown a touchdown pass in his career and has played more games than Tim Boyle. Oh, my goodness. That one hurt me. That one hurt me a lot. Fish, I don't know what you just did there, but you got me good. You need to be 35. You need to be 35 years old to be president?
Yeah.
All right, that's why I'm bleeding dictator. There you go. You just gave me my reason.
Yeah, but good luck.
I can't run until I'm 35? Cool. I don't have 8 years to wait. I'm running in 2024.
Oh, boy.
I'll take care of business.
So what are you going to run as?
A dictator.
Okay. Well, you still have to get votes.
I like how 10 minutes ago he's like, haven't decided yet. And I was like, no, it's dictator now.
Well, yeah.
You made up your mind.
I've lost all faith in all of you. So, sorry. Now everyone just has to listen.
It has to be this way. Yeah.
See, it all starts out great. We all want to be on the same page. This is what happens. Go look back at history.
Yeah.
Hitler walked up to that podium. I'm going to unite all of us.
Oh my!
And then Psycho Hitler came out and he just went about it the wrong way. And it was kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, it's pretty disturbing. But they all started the same. I want to unite everything. We got to move on. Jeff, Lions facing adversity again. Excuse me.
Nothing's new.
What do they need to do to compete on Sunday?
Are you going to be okay, Adam?
Listen, Aaron Glenn's going to have a lot on his shoulders this week, again. And that's, he's used to it. Defense is going to have to play lights out. And for Matt Ryan, talking about best quarterbacks in the league. For Matt Ryan, if you want to have a chance to beat the Falcons, you got to turn the ball over, especially in the red zone, which you have guys. Amani has showed to be able to do that, but who else besides Monty can help turn the ball over? You have no Jerry Jacobs. You're missing maybe A.J. Parker. You need playmakers. And, for this offense, finding a way to get these guys off the field on third down, and they're going to struggle. But offensively, I'm a little worried. I don't know if Tim Boyle can outscore the Falcons. I really don't. So it's really going to come down to, number one, can you get after Matt Ryan? Because the pass rush, last week has shown, the ability to at least make Kyler Murray scramble, make him get out. And now you're dealing with a guy who's not as mobile in Matt Ryan, a guy who is more prone to throw interceptions, kind of like Kyler Murray. So there's going to be situations you can take advantage of. Now, will they play as exceptional as they did last week? I don't know. Now, if they don't, I'm not going to hold it to them. They've played damn near perfect pretty much every game of this year besides a couple of them. So really it comes down to defense, Adam. And it starts with what kind of game is Aaron Glenn calling and what kind of game, obviously, from the offense. But DeAndre Swift's expected to come back. You have Craig Reynolds already, Jamar Jefferson. They're going to pound the football. And I believe, honestly, this offensive line for the Lions can control the line of scrimmage. But what else can that do for you? You're going to have to pass the ball. So Tim Boyle, hopefully the man doesn't throw turnovers, but I believe they're going to be able to run the ball. They average more rushing yards per game than the Falcons, obviously. So it just comes down to can you stop them through the air? You're going to have Kyle Pitts to deal with. You're going to have Cordell Patterson to deal with. And can you get turnovers? If you can't get turnovers, this game's a wash. You're not going to be able to beat the Falcons, definitely not. So I just don't see it happening. If I had to give you a final score, to be honest, I think it'll be low scoring. I think the over-under is, 42.5. So I'll go under on that, and I'll say the Falcons win 21-16. I'll say that. I'll say it's a low-scoring one.
The first thing I'll do in office is make sure that Tim Boyle is not the starting quarterback on Sunday. So if you guys could somehow elect me before Sunday, I would make that happen. But jokes aside, look, this is a team that's faced technically adversity all year. Injuries. Late notices on players being available and not available. Outmanned, outskilled, outcoached all season long. But there has been one constant that people, I still believe to this day, haven't given enough credit for outside of Detroit. And that's their ability to compete defensively. Their ability to bend and not break. Force timely turnovers. Mm-hmm. Get to the quarterback. Get in the backfield. Hit the running back for loss. That has been extremely rewarding and pleasant to see. I think what happens on Sunday is very similar, Jeff, to what you brought up. A low, ugly, scoring, crappy, scrappy, so many different words I can use to describe this game. I think it's going to be ugly. Let's just put it that way. Okay? You said 21-16. I'm going to go 24-10, 24-13. I don't see the Lions being able to move the ball, especially with Tim Boyle at quarterback. You saw what he did against Cleveland.
Yeah.
And you were in the game against Cleveland.
Put up 10 points.
You were in the game against Cleveland. You lost. Tim Boyle starts on Sunday. You will lose, and Atlanta will win their first home game of the season. That is just the reality of the situation. And to be honest with you, as somebody that sat up here after the win on Sunday and said that was important, that was good, that was football, I wouldn't mind a loss this weekend. Again, given circumstance and given where the team is at, I don't mind it. Secure a top 3 pick.
It's a win-win.
Be my guest. You're winning that way. Trust me. Trust me. It's not the end of the world. I don't think going to Atlanta and winning has any effect that the win against the Arizona Cardinals did, given the circumstances you face there. Joanna, we do have to go to break. When we get back, lots of football.
Yes, we're going to
tonight, Saturday, Sunday. Oh my God, how spoiled we are in this country.
Lots of football this weekend.
No wonder everyone's obese. They're all on the couch watching football.
We're going to get into head around the NFL, look at the games that are happening this weekend. But first, if you want to get your haircut right in time for the holidays, Jeff, where should they go?
Well, guys, we're a simple bunch, of course, and we like Sunday football and the feel of a TV remote in the palm of our hands. We like things uncomplicated, and like Lady Jane's haircuts for men, walk in, you sit down, and before you know it, while you're watching your favorite sports teams on the televisions, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, because it is wicked awesome.
I'm Cade, Cunningham. Working with Hall Financial to purchase my first home was easier than I could have ever imagined. They treated me like family from start to finish. Find out for yourself at callhallfirst.com.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What's the over-under? Should I tease? Who is the lock of the night? Make sure you're watching Woodward Bets to get the latest in sports betting and more. Woodward Bets, daily on Woodward Sports.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everyone who's watching us live. Make sure you follow Woodward Sports on Instagram and Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch. And make sure you download the Woodward Sports app on Apple or Google Play. Again, we're everywhere. Make sure you follow us. Lots of playoff implications this weekend. Starting tonight, we're going to take a look around the NFL. Let's start with the game tonight, the 49ers versus the Titans.
Oh, man. Woo. All right, so this is actually one of the few times, very few times where there's a Thursday night football game. You know, outside of what was it this year? I believe the Rams and Cardinals, was it? No, Cardinals Packers.
The COVID game, yeah.
We were treated to a classic in that game. And it's very rare that you watch a Thursday night football game and it's, there are serious implications here. Tennessee, you slip up. Colts are right behind you. I understand you own the tiebreaker. So does Arizona. They've slipped. Now they're tied. You cannot afford to lose this week.
Can't.
And Indianapolis wins on Saturday. Must win. But you look across, and it's San Francisco, the red-hot 49ers. George Kittle tearing up the NFL recently. Looking really good defensively. Jimmy Garoppolo, I am so tired of the narrative and the hate and the unwillingness to just appreciate how good of a quarterback he actually is. Yes, you drafted Trey Lance. I am happy for you, San Francisco. That does not mean Jimmy Garoppolo is not he is such a good quarterback. He is the perfect mold of what you think of a quarterback is. When you kind of like, oh, build me a quarterback, that's it. 18 touchdowns, 8 interceptions right now. He's playing some of the best football he's ever played. And I'm all in on the Niners. You guys literally know how I feel about all of this. I'm all in with the Niners. So tonight I'm going the San Francisco 49ers. I think it's a high-scoring game. I'm going to go 31-27. Niners win a close one. Tennessee fall. I just don't think they have enough. Is A.J. Brown playing?
Nope, he's not. And Julio's a game-time decision.
Okay, so Brown's not playing.
I don't...
What do you... Tennessee's in trouble.
They are.
31-20. 31-17. It could be bad.
Yeah.
Could be bad.
I see that as well. I think 49ers, this is their time to take advantage, especially of a Titans team that is injury-riddled. No left tackle, Taylor Lewan, no A.J. Brown, Julio Jones game-time decision, still no Derrick Henry, of course, expected to join sometime near the end of the season or the playoffs. The Titans are in some trouble, and the Colts are right behind them, a healthy Colts team with an MVP candidate running in the backfield. So I have the 49ers win this game, even though they're on the road. It's in Tennessee. And Tennessee is going to have, they're at home. They understand the importance of this game. I just think the talent of the 49ers, George Kittle is going to go off. And maybe I'm biased. Maybe it's because I have him in fantasy. But I like this matchup. I really do.
Wait.
And listen, they're going to run the ball. And the Tennessee Titans, listen, they struggle to run the ball as it is without Derrick Henry. You're missing your best pass catcher in A.J. Brown. You might have Julio Jones. I don't like their chances.
So you're telling me you have George Kittle?
I do.
In your league or?
Not ours.
Thank God.
Not ours.
Because I have George Kittle.
No. Yeah.
So it'd be hard for me to...
then you got to not root against them.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, I feel
Speaking of which, later on in the show, we will get to previewing Jeff and I's fan.
Yep.
Joanna, I don't know if you're aware, but the Morning Woodward Show is in the championship game of the Woodward Sports Fantasy League.
Really?
Yeah, so, we kicked everyone's asses back there. Super salty.
Good for you guys.
That trophy's going to be sitting in the middle of his desk.
I love it.
So excited about it. But on to the next game. Are we sure Brown's out, by the way? 100%?
Yeah, it says Brown is expected to be out. Let me double check this.
All right.
Yeah,
What's the next game we got?
Next game is the Browns-Packers.
Browns? Ooh, interesting.
Christmas Day.
Is Baker Mayfield playing? I hope so. Because I want him to throw 6 interceptions so I can just go to Cleveland and run for president and say, guys, I told you, Baker. I told you about him. Let him go. Get rid of him. Don't pay him. Don't franchise tag him. Don't even do anything. Just let him leave.
Yeah,
He's not worth it. Packers win big.
Yeah, Packers
win big. They get back on track. I think this is probably an A.J. Dillon day. I think they're going to commit to pounding the rock. Who knows? Who knows? I love Green Bay right now. I think Matt LaFleur, I think he's head and shoulders above every coach in the NFL right now in terms of coach of the year. I think only Bill Belichick and Cliff Kingsbury blew it, so he's out of it.
He's out of it.
So for me, it's Matt LaFleur, coach of the year, 100%. In love with it. I love it. Anthony, we have rules. Don't you ever. This is a forbidden. This is one of the 10 commandments on the show. Don't you ever associate Baker Mayfield and the Detroit Lions. And don't you ever speak such things into existence, Anthony. Watch the Lions trade for Baker. Watching the Lions trade for Baker Mayfield will be the day I go downtown and I jump off the Chrysler Building. And I will jump head first. And I will not live a single day of regret knowing that I did that to myself. And I will leave a fond letter. Loving your loving son, mother. Love you. I just couldn't go on anymore. Supporting a team that... Anthony, stop it.
So it does say Baker's 10-day quarantine expires on Friday. So he should be able to play.
He'll probably play then.
Yes.
Good. That's 3-4 interceptions for the Green Bay Packers. I'm all for it. Start Green Bay in fantasy, guys. It's a good play. I don't care about Nick Chubb. Love him.
And more importantly, the Packers haven't lost at home. So if you're telling me the Browns are going to beat them for the first time at home, I want what you're smoking because it ain't happening. No way in hell. So I think the Packers win this game pretty, I would say, convincingly. Browns got a respectable defense, but offensively they cannot keep up with this horse in this race. So the Packers, to me, win this game. I'll say 35-17. I think they win pretty convincingly. I can't even lie.
All right, I'm game with it.
All right, the next Saturday game on Christmas, Colts and Cardinals.
Ooh, this is big. This is big.
There's so much good football this week.
Big one right here.
This is why the NFL is king across the board. It's not even close. I get Niners-Titans tonight. I get to be lazy on Christmas Eve. On Christmas, I get to watch the Colts and Cardinals. My goodness, none of us deserve this.
You got the Hawaii Bowl on Christmas Eve.
I love this country. Yes! Colts and Cardinals. All right, so obviously, guys, you understand Colts. They were 2-5, now 8-6.
Yep.
When they were 2-5, I sat up here, defended them, supported them, said they were going to turn it around. I still believe they're a playoff team and that they could still possibly win the division. And here they are. Within one game, if the Niners win tonight and they win, they will be tied atop the AFC South with an opportunity to win the division. All they need is Tennessee to lose one more game. Jonathan Taylor, I believe, will run all over Arizona. And I am going to take the Indianapolis Colts. Having said that, when you get embarrassed and you play at home the next game, you kind of right the ship. So that is the tricky aspect of this. You know me, Jeff. I'm a big believer in narrative. And how does the narrative of a game or a team affect the outcome?
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals could come out and say, hey, we're back. But I'm riding with the Colts. I've been riding with them. I will continue to do so. And I want to see the Cardinals lose all of their remaining games. I just do. Sorry, I'm one of those people.
And I agree with you. I think the Colts win this game. I'm not going to say convincingly, but if you look at the Cardinals at home, 3-3, they haven't played very good on the at home. They played better on the road. They just lost on the road. Maybe they turn the ship around. They lose one on the road. Now they win one at home. I don't think so. And I think the Colts right now, they understand that they're playing great football. Winners of what, 5-6 in a row. They've only lost, what, game or two after the whole Adham, when Adham talked about them still being alive in the playoff picture. They're a great football team. Jonathan Taylor is running his ass off, and I think Arizona's they're just in the way. And this is the sad part about this is the Cardinals, to me, all year, probably about majority of the year, top 1 or 2 team in the NFL. The last 2-3 weeks, it's pretty darn sad where they are now, especially if they lose this week to the Colts. They drop to 10-5. I think they can even fall to 10-6, maybe even 10-7. We'll see. But the Cardinals, to me, are in trouble, and if they want any chance to win this game, they're going to have to beat, not the Colts. I don't think the Colts are necessarily the team they have to beat. The Colts have to beat the Cardinals considering where they are, the Tennessee Titans, in terms of if they want to win the division. But the Cardinals, man, if they lose this week, they better buckle up because they're going to have to win at least one out of the next 2 after that. So I have the Colts winning this game. I'll say 28-24. I'll say it's close.
All right, I'm going to go Colts close 24-23.
That's really close. Mm-hmm. All right, next game up is Stafford and the Rams versus the Vikings Sunday game.
Probably my lock of the week in terms of a team covering the spread. I'm sorry, Zimmer, but it ain't going to be pretty on Sunday. Sorry, buddy. Love your girlfriend. Beautiful, beautiful looking lady. You, not so much. Rams are going to wallop the Minnesota Vikings, likely eliminating all hope they had at a playoff push unless they win their last 2 games, which I don't see them doing. Goodbye. Goodbye to the Minnesota project. This could be the blow-up of Zimmer and Kirk Cousins leaving. And I see the Rams delivering that final blow. Now, do I think the Vikings come out and score a lot? I don't know. Maybe.
Hard team to read.
The Rams defense has been looking really good as of late, although teams have shown that you can run the ball on the Rams. Dalvin Cook, that's a threat.
Yeah.
So it very well could be a closer game than I may be imagining. Having said that, I think this, again, narrative. Rams kind of solidify their place atop the NFC West, and I'm expecting the Cardinals to lose. Narrative, give me the Rams. I think they cover the spread. They beat the Vikings 38-23. And Adham rate Brad Holmes' drafting job A fucking plus. I swore. Whoops. My bad. Sorry, Justin.
It's translating.
That's how good of a job Brad Holmes is doing. I apologize, everyone.
Yeah, it's like, hey, when you feel it, it comes, man.
Yeah. Well, A plus.
Yeah, A plus.
Fair?
First year, yeah. every player in that draft's playing, so give him credit.
All right, what do you got in this game?
I'll say, listen, the Rams on the road and the Vikings, to me, all year, you watch the Vikings game, they're always weird. They score, 24 in the first half, and they just they MIA the second half. Or they'll have a lead, and they'll throw the lead. So I think they'll score points in this game, although it's going to be a lot of interesting matchups. You have Jalen Ramsey on Justin Jefferson. You have Dalvin Cook against the Rams' defensive line, and of course, Kirk Cousins against that secondary. So I think the Rams get the job done, of course. I do think the Vikings put up points. So I'll say the Rams plot a close one. I'll say 34-28. I think they get it done, but Vikings give them a run for their money.
All right, final game that we're going to look at, Sunday game, Bills versus Patriots.
Probably the trickiest game, and again, another game with huge divisional implications. I got the Bills pulling it out. Mac Jones looked like a rookie the other week against Indianapolis. I don't think he'll struggle as much. But look, when you have the Patriots defense, you have a chance. But we saw a game that the Bills lost at home. The Patriots only threw 3 times. The weather was awful. That won't be the case in Foxborough this weekend. I'm going to take the Bills as the road underdogs. Give me the Bills. I think they win 27-21. I think the Patriots unfortunately fall, and the division is back up for grabs after that.
I agree with you. I don't think the Buffalo Bills fall to 0-2 to the Patriots. I mean, listen, the first game they played, you understand the weather conditions weren't ideal for the Bills' offense. Obviously, the Patriots took complete advantage of it. I think Mac Jones only had 2 or 3 pass attempts. It's going to be different this time. And Mac Jones is going to have to throw the ball. And we'll see. Josh Allen against that Patriots secondary struggled last time, but you never know. I think it's a different game, different week. They've been playing at least better football. I would say the Bills win this game 24-14 or 24-17. I don't think the Patriots score more than 20 points just because offensively they've been struggling a little bit. The Bills are on a roll. They're still one of the most complete teams in the NFL, so defensively they can get stops. I think they split the games with the Patriots this year, and they go up to 9-6. Patriots fall to 9-6 as well. So I got the Bills winning this game. 24, I'll say 14. Call it a lower scoring game, but they get the job done. They get the job done.
That was fun. So much football this weekend.
Yeah,
I am so excited. Like, I think I will probably gain anywhere from 4 to 7 pounds this weekend.
What's your game of the weekend, your favorite one?
You said Colts and... all of them.
Okay, well.
I'm sorry. I'm watching every single game.
Okay. I
have
get
Red Zone on and all the national games on at the same time, always.
I'm watching all the games, too, but the one I'm most excited for, I got to say, is the Bills and the Patriots.
Really? No, for me, I think game of the weekend, Cardinals, Colts.
No, definitely on Christmas. I mean, that's
Christmas Day.
Yeah, I get you.
I get to eat
so
much food and not feel any shame about it until the next morning. So for that moment in that instance on Christmas Day, family, gifts, memories, tons of food, zero regret, football. I'll wake up with regret Sunday morning. Sure, absolutely I will. I may look like Maz heading into Sunday's pregame show. Absolutely. But damn it, I'm going to have just as much pride walking in there as Maz would. I love Maz. I respect the hell out of Maz.
I love Maz.
I love that he rocks his own stuff. He walks like a champ.
He's a champ.
And
he is a champ.
And Saturday, I'm going to be watching football, eating a lot of food, my wife getting angry with me. And I likely will wake up with regret.
But it's going to be worth it.
For that one day.
It's going to be worth it.
I lived like a king.
That's right. Saturday is going to be a fun day. Outside of the Lions needing a new quarterback, what are the other teams that might also be in need of a new quarterback? We're going to get into that right after the break. But first, honestly, one of my favorite things to do. So much fun there, and I'm shockingly good. Adam, tell us about our friends at the Folding Warehouse.
The Folding Warehouse is an absolute treat. The home of the original bowling pin game called Bowling, where we throw a football at the bowling pins. Guys, it's a blast. We hosted our corporate party there, and our team all in. It was so much fun. Having said that, you can host your own corporate party event. team bonding event. Individuals, take your family and friends. Have a great time. There are 2 ways to play. All day, buy it in, or you can reserve a 2-hour table, $120, saves up to 10 people. Guys, check it out, the Folding Warehouse. Check it out at foldingwarehouse.com. That's foldingwarehouse.com.
Thank you, Detroit. Because of your generous donations, this year's Stuff a Studio was a massive success. With the help from our friends at Meyer, Guardian Alarm, and people like you, we were able to send a massive U-Haul filled with toys to Mott Children's Hospital.
I'm aware thought it was pretty cool, but more importantly, my daughter had surgery at Mott back in about 2005 for brain surgery. They did a miraculous job for her. As a matter of fact, she's graduated from Michigan State on Saturday. You could never tell.
Go green, right?
Thank you. And we really want to thank you. I know we're standing in front of this very large building, but when you look up, this building is full right now with a lot of sick kids that are going to be here through the holidays. And this team is amazing to make sure that they can at least smile during the holidays, and what you guys have done for us will make sure that we're bringing that magic into their hospital room. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Woodward Sports. Missed part of the show today? Watch again on YouTube or download the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. You can also listen to us on the radio, The Roar, 93.1 FM, 93.5 FM, as well as 94.7 HD2. And make sure to download wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Of course, the Lions are in need of a new quarterback, unless we want Tim Boyle, who's Adam's favorite, to be our quarterback. What are some of the other teams in the league that are in search for a new quarterback?
Well, we can start with the Texans. What are you doing with Deshaun Watson, Houston?
It's a good question.
You're asking too much for a guy with too many question marks. So are you actually going to move on, or are you just going to keep paying him to sit and do nothing? Are they going to solve the litigation legal issues? I don't know. Houston needs a quarterback. They likely take one in the first round. There are, for me, there are 8 teams that need a quarterback, some more urgently than others. And, Jeff, I'll list them off, and then we can go one by one.
Okay.
All right? The Houston Texans. We agree?
We'd agree.
The New York Giants.
We'd agree. If you're saying they do.
They need a quarterback.
They do.
The Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
The Washington football team.
Yes.
The Denver Broncos.
Of course.
New Orleans Saints. The
Hell
Pittsburgh
yes.
Steelers.
Hell yes.
And the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Now, there are 2 teams on this list that I believe don't need one urgently, given their rebuild status. And that would be, I'll start with, of course, the hometown team, Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to draft a quarterback this year. I don't believe so. I think you can wait one more year and get the right guy, unless Brad Holmes does fall in love. Unless he does fall in love with somebody this year.
Yeah.
I don't see them taking any of these prospects. And the other situation where I think you have a little bit of time is in New Orleans. I think you got to give Taysom Hill a full season. Granted, we kind of see what he kind of is, but you've paid him too much money. I don't think you're in a position to go and take a quarterback early, let alone fall and build on a project quarterback. Look, New Orleans, go all in one more year with Taysom Hill and then go into a rebuild. So those 2 teams for me, the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions, I believe can wait a year. The rest of these teams, Steelers, for such a classy, well-run organization, you have failed to surround your team with future protection in terms of the quarterback position. How are you sitting here now looking at Ben looking like an old fart, playing the worst football of his career?
Yep.
And you have Mason Rudolph, and you've kept him around all these years?
That's your hidden weapon.
That's your guy? The Steelers need to do it. Lockerbie, I disagree. The Colts do not need to replace Carson Wentz. What does he have? 22, 23 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions?
He's doing his job.
He's doing his job. He's what you call it, an above-average game-managing quarterback. Yes, he has Jonathan Taylor. Run game always helps, absolutely.
Need the Browns on this list,
He's
too.
doing essentially what Jimmy Garoppolo was doing. I wouldn't feed into the narrative that they need to get rid of Carson, although I think he had a really bad game against New England, but it is New England, so I'm not going to kill him there. Steelers We agree.
We agree.
They need to move on.
You think the Browns are more urgent in that position than the Lions?
I mean, I believe so. I don't know if the Browns do, though. That's the problem.
Because he is in the final year, I believe, of the fifth year.
Next year's his fifth year option.
So they have one more year. They have to accept that fifth year. So I feel like they're a little more pressured to acknowledge the fact that, hey, Baker may not be the future. And same with the Giants. I mean, Daniel Jones is going into his fifth year as well. So those teams, I mean, you could say they have one more season, but they got to make the decision. I mean, if Daniel Jones or Baker opts into that fifth-year deal, what are you paying them? Probably $20 million of salary cap. So,
guys, what do you mean Carson Wentz cannot stay healthy? He's played every single game for the Colts this year.
That narrative is getting old a little
Come on.
bit. He hasn't torn his ACL in 3 years.
Come on.
2 years, but I get you.
I do think Russell Wilson, I do agree, Steven, though. Steven, I do think Russell Wilson is on his way out, but it's tough to say right now, especially given what's going on in Seattle. The New York Giants, they have 2 top 7 picks likely at the end of the year. They will be taking a quarterback. Kenny Pickett, who knows? Will they reach for one? They need one. You kind of see what Daniel Jones is and what he isn't, and what he is not is a franchise quarterback. He absolutely is not. And they've gone out and gotten him weapons. They can't figure it out. He hasn't gotten any better. He's actually gotten worse the more weapons they've given him.
And to his credit, I'm not going to defend him and say he's a great quarterback, but I think the Giants did it the wrong way as well. They built from the outside in. They added talent. They added receivers. They added tight ends. They didn't develop their offensive line at all, and they have tons of injuries. So I would argue that Daniel Jones hasn't really been properly evaluated because he's been getting ripped every game. And I watch a lot. I don't watch a ton of Giants games, but I do pay attention. Daniel Jones is among the most sacked usually every year. So if the Giants, for me to evaluate a young quarterback, especially like Daniel Jones, if you have an offensive line and he's still performing like this, get him out of here. But that's really the only thing with me with Daniel. It's to have the Giants in a very good job surrounding him with even a comparable offensive line, because defensively they're good. Receivers, they have receivers, but you don't have any time to throw to receivers, and it's a mess down there. And Daniel hasn't been healthy. So I would argue you got one more year on Daniel, but that's it.
I like this idea.
That's it.
Would you trade Russell? Would you be willing to give up the 5th overall and the 7th overall pick, along with a future first-round pick, and one quality player for Russell Wilson? If you're the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I like that. That's a great suggestion in the chat. I love that.
I have heard that as well.
That makes sense. And New York's a very good market. We all know he's married to Sierra. That's like a big deal for them. They want to be in a market where, they can explore and expand their brand. Great. Go to New York. Go to the Giants. I think that's a good move. And I think they can get it done, but it depends. We'll see what they choose. Are they going to choose Russell Wilson, or are they going to choose Pete Carroll? Because you can't have them both. It's not working anymore. It really isn't. Carolina. Matt Rule, on the hot seat, buddy. Sorry.
All he needs
as
to figure
a
out.
supporter of his.
Yeah.
You got to get the quarterback right. Any coach. If you don't get the quarterback right, no matter how good or how above average your team is playing, or above level or above expectation, you cannot be in the NFL for a sustained amount of time without the quarterback. Nobody wins without the quarterback. Show me a great quarterback, I'll show you a great coach. Show me a great coach, I'll just show you a great quarterback. Of course, you have your Flaccos, your Dilfers, your Nick Foles. You have your one-and-offs. It happens. I won't say it doesn't happen. But more likely than not, especially in the game of modern football that we are in now, you need to have the quarterback. So Matt Rule, get it right. Whether it's in the late first round, early first round, second, third round, I don't know. Free agency, trade, get it right. You are wasting a very talented defense. Christian McCaffrey has never been healthy. I don't understand why. Figure that out. That is problematic. Go get one more competent receiver or even a flexible tight end. Figure it out in Carolina. Washington, what do you do with Taylor Heineke, Jeff?
I like Taylor Heineke, but it's about what Washington thinks. What is Taylor Heineke's ceiling? And to me, Taylor Heineke might get you to the playoffs. He might win you a playoff game, but I don't think Taylor Heineke's the future. Although I like his story, I like where he comes from, I like his work ethic.
Good backup quarterback.
Good backup quarterback. I think that's his ceiling right there.
I think he's a top 5 backup quarterback right now in the NFL, maybe even top 3.
Definitely.
All right, cool. We got to go to break. When we get back, Christmas wish for Detroit sports, huh?
Christmas is Saturday, and guys, I want to know what your wish is for Detroit sports. We're going to talk about that right after the break. But first of all, Adam, tell us about our friends at Carpet Guys.
Guys, the Carpet Guys, you're thinking of new flooring, now is the perfect time. All month long, the Carpet Guys are giving you up to 60% off select flooring options. Carpet, hardwood, vinyl, and laminate, they do it all. For the best installation and lifetime installation warranty, There's only one place to call, and that is the Carpet Guys. Be wise. Call the Carpet Guys at 855-4MY-GUYS. Again, that's 855-4MY-GUYS. Great people, locally owned, family operated. Great people.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Putting on a show here, and that's how you answer. We love our sports. We just wish they'd love us back. Detroit sports for Detroit sports fans. Woodward Sports.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. I'm going to play Santa right now. I put my hat on. I'm in the festive spirit. Guys, if you can make any wish for Christmas, what would it be in regards to Detroit sports in 2022 or in the future?
All I want for Christmas this year is for continued optimism with the sports teams, that they continue to improve. And I hope that's the case with the Detroit Lions. We've seen it in spurts, nothing consistent, but it is a rebuild. And then, of course, for the future of Detroit sports, I wouldn't call it a wish. I see it as a prediction. 4 years from now, you will see 3 out of the 4 major sports teams being either significantly much better or just really good at making the playoffs and contending. I see it. I see it with the Red Wings. I see it with the Detroit Pistons, but that may take longer because how players develop in the NBA. And I absolutely see it with the Detroit Tigers. I think they win the pennant this year. So, look, my ultimate wish is that all of you are happy. Can we please get the camera on Alex? Please.
He just tried sneaking this on nonchalantly.
I see it.
You can't put that on nonchalantly, man.
Well, Alex, what is your Christmas wish, buddy?
I don't know. I like what you had to say. Everyone just keep improving this year, and we'll get there eventually.
I love that word eventually. Hopefully there is a time, honestly. I got 3 wishes, Adam. Think of it as a parlay. You're a betting man. So I'm hoping this parlay hits. All right, number 1. And you nailed on the team success, so I'll nail on individual success. I need Lucas Raymond or Mo Sider to win the Calder Trophy. That's mine.
I don't think it's a wish; it's a given.
No, well, I'm just okay. Thank you, but
I'm Santa Claus. I just granted your wish. It's happening.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So this is why I'm hoping this parlay. It's realistic too. Cade Cunningham to win Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Which is doable.
That
so
hits.
You could have 2 out of the 3 hit, and the Lions.
Oh no.
To select number 1 overall and take Aiden Hutchinson. Don't. Hey.
They're behind the 8 ball already.
Listen, they'll find a way, Fish. They're the Lions. I could see the Jacksonville beating the Jets this week, the Lions losing, and you know how that goes. So, you know what? That's my 3. I'm hoping it all works out because...
You're selfish.
No, listen.
I'm sitting here giving hope to the city. You're sitting there thinking about your pocket?
Wait, pocket? No, this isn't a real parlay, but I should do it a parlay. You think it could work? All 3 across the different sports? Listen, Lions landed number 1 overall, getting Aiden Hutchinson. That would significantly propel us a little further into where we want to be. I think Aiden Hutchinson's the best fit for Dan Campbell, so I like that. That's one of my Christmas wishes. Cade Cunningham to win Rookie of the Year. What a boost, not only to his career, but the Pistons, giving them a boost into his second season and what they're going to develop. Lucas Raymond, Mo Sider, obviously, I would say locks to win the Calder Trophy, but that would just be great. I mean, three teams, 3 franchises during their season, at least accomplish something successful. I'll put a smile on my face. So
I'll grant your wish, except the Lions. I can't guarantee it. As Santa Claus, as the official Santa Claus of the Woodward Sports Network, you have to understand something. No one in this world, not even Santa Claus, can guarantee any success for the Detroit Lions, whether it's through the draft or anything else. So I can't grant you that wish. Joanna, I would love to hear your Christmas wish for Detroit sports. Include the universities, Michigan, Michigan State, doesn't matter.
Well, I think the universities have been what's carried us the last couple years, with Michigan State football being good this year, Michigan State basketball, of course, Michigan football. I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you, Adam, with the April and the D. Remember how fun that was? April and the D, the song, everyone get excited because the Pistons, the Red Wings, and the Tigers were all had potential, and everyone was so excited about all three teams at the same time, and there was always something fun to do. I remember watching a Tigers game, but having a playoff game for the Pistons behind us.
Right.
So that type of feeling again, to make Detroit relevant again in the sports field, that's my wish. And that's not going to happen next year, but hopefully in a couple of years from now, we can have that April and the D feeling again.
Yeah.
I also have a long-term wish.
What is that?
That has a sad ending. It involves me dying.
Oh.
I would like to be on my deathbed knowing I witnessed either a playoff win or, dare I say, a Super Bowl game, let alone a Super Bowl win.
Did you say Super Bowl?
Wait, can we show Fish?
Fish just added more wardrobe.
All right. I like the wardrobe this morning, fellas. I like it. Fish, you could have taken off the headphones, put the hat on, and then put the headphones back on.
No, I know, but it's long story.
He goes long story.
I mean, I can say it, but I need to hear proper audio, and it muffles.
He's committed. I got you, buddy.
He's good at his job.
I got you, buddy. I am looking forward to it. I really am. I think there are things here to be excited about, especially in the city. I think there are things you should be. Look, man, I really think next year Wings are in the playoffs. I believe this upcoming season for the Tigers, they're competing for the pennant. And I'm going to come out and say they win it.
Yep.
The Detroit Pistons, they need time. It's such a young roster. It needs a balanced injection of veterans and development from their youth. You need Cade to emerge into a star who can carry a team like a Luka, Trey, etc., at their ages. And then with the Lions, guys, the NFL is the NFL. You can turn it around in a year. You could go from a 2-14 roster to 12-4, 11-5 in a given year. Hit on the draft, hit free agency, and it turns around. I know it's difficult for the Lions. It's not difficult for every other organization. So I'm praying and wishing for Christmas that they figure it out, because I am tired of regime changes, new coaches, having to deal with, well, this is the guy now. We're going to support him thinking through. Super Bowl!
Super Bowl! Yeah!
Like, tired of it. Tired of it. Did it with Schwartz. Did it with Caldwell. Did it with Patricia. Now with Campbell. I just want to see it work. I just want to see this fan base experience some form of success with their football team. Dare I say a division? Dare I say they win a playoff game? I may get in trouble for saying that live on air.
Can I add another Christmas wish to my little parlay?
Sure.
Can we have a Michigan beating Georgia's ass on there? Can we also have that?
I don't think you have to wish for it. I think that's going to be a really close game. We're going to get to preview it all next week. I'm really excited about that.
That's on there too.
I think that game is more close than maybe people imagine. Ryan Armani came out yesterday. He's a Michigan slappy, so I figured he would say that Michigan were going to win and they were going to win big. But look, I'm excited for next week. We have Jake Butt on next Thursday, so I'm excited for it. We do got to go to break. Guys, get your questions ready. Everybody get your questions ready. I saw a ton earlier asking about Jalen Hurts, I believe, Detroit sports questions. Get them all in the chat. Get them ready.
Christmas questions.
Christmas, anything.
Boxing Day questions.
You ask it. You want to ask about dictatorships? Be my guest. No problem. We're here for it, Joanna.
Nothing's off limits.
We're going to steer clear of the dictatorship questions. But yeah, send us your questions. We're going to get into that right after the break. But listen, after spending the weekend with your family, you know you're going to want to party with us. Detroit Lions pregame on Woodward Sports. Lions versus Falcons with Jose Cuervo. My favorite place, O'Toole's in Royal Oak from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, kickoff at 1:05. Why do you want to go? Who's going to be there? Adham, Neil Rule, Braylon Edwards, my girl Jade from The Riff, and more will host a pregame live on Woodward Sports and 101.1 The Riff. I'm also going to make an appearance on Sunday. And after the game, make sure you join Stick and Anson, the Lions postgame on Woodward Sports with Jim Beam and Truly. 2-minute warning, watch party, and after party for every Lions game at the Brass Rail, downtown Adams and Woodward. They start live streaming right at the 2-minute warning of every Lions game to get the crowd's reaction. There will be DJ, drinks, Woodward VIP section with food and more. Make sure you stop by, say hi to Stick and Anson, and have a good time. We'll see you after the break.
Thank you, Detroit. Because of your generous donations, this year's Stuff a Studio was a massive success. With the help from our friends at Meyer, Guardian Alarm, and people like you, we were able to send a massive U-Haul filled with toys to Mott Children's Hospital.
I'm aware that was pretty cool, but more importantly, my daughter had surgery at Mott back in about 2005 for brain surgery. They did a miraculous job for her. As a matter of fact, she's graduated from Michigan State on Saturday. You could never
hey,
tell.
go green, right?
Thank you. And we really want to thank you. I know we're standing in front of this very large building, but when you look up, this building is full right now with a lot of sick kids that are going to be here through the holidays. And this team is amazing to make sure that they can at least smile during the holidays, and what you guys have done for us, we'll make sure that we're bringing that magic into their hospital room. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Follow us everywhere. Just search Woodward Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, IG, and more.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. We're in a good mood. 2 days till Christmas. Right now, we want to answer your questions. Hope you were sending them in. We're going to read the mailbag. What kind of questions do we have out there, Adam? Which ones are you going to answer?
We will start with... We'll start with Smitty. Is it just me, or did Matthew Stafford get snubbed from the Pro Bowl? Yes, we already talked about this earlier on in the show. We believe he did. Second highest passer rating, second most touchdowns. He's having a phenomenal year. Second in terms of passing yards.
Very well might win his division.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford did get snubbed. I didn't like them picking Kyler Murray over him, who I believe has missed 3-4 games. Which dictator is Adam's favorite, and why? All right? Listen, guys, I'm not afraid to tell you the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, and sometimes you don't like it. But you know what? I gotta say, the greatest dictator of the modern world is Joseph Stalin. I'll tell you why. You have to remember, he put up way better numbers than Hitler. All right? It may seem funny to you now. It's the truth. These are facts. Stalin put up better numbers. He just wasn't as media, he wasn't as praised by the media for like what he was doing. People forget this. No, hear me out. Just hear me out, please. Stalin not only committed all the atrocities that Hitler did outside of the camps, right? And not only did he kill millions and millions of more people than Hitler did, he got to keep his dictatorship and live another 30, 40 years. That is the best dictator of all time. The guy that was able to do all the crazy stuff he had messed up in his head, killed what? Millions and millions of people, way more than Hitler ever could dream of.
Is greatest the right word, or is the worst dictator probably?
I think the greatest in terms of his success. Now, Hitler's a very close second, don't get me wrong.
Define success.
Because Hitler was able to occupy Eastern Europe. Who the hell could say that? Guys, who in their right mind, in any standpoint in time, like this was 1940s. This dude walks into, his troops are marching in Paris. Guys, do you not understand how like significant of a move that was? Like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna occupy Poland. I'm taking all this land. What are you guys gonna do about it? I'm taking this. Next.
As a dictator, though, let's be clear, you're not going to kill anyone, right,
Me?
Adam? Yeah.
Oh boy.
Me?
Oh boy.
Me? Adam Beydoun?
Oh
no.
boy.
No.
Okay, let's skip that question.
Listen, guys, nobody wants to talk about it. All right, that's not my problem that you guys are sensitive. Listen, when you're a dictator, you got to do things that people don't like.
Yeah.
You got to roll up your sleeves.
Oh boy.
No.
Listen, when you're a butcher, you got to kill a goat and a cow every once in a while when you need to replenish. You think it's fun? You think you enjoy it? Oh, I just killed an animal.
But you get to eat it.
Yeah, you'd be shocked.
But you need to do some things in order to survive.
So wait, hold on. So Stalin, you're arguing he did these things to survive.
Stalin wins because he outlasted Hitler. He got to keep his power and last another 20, 30 years. Hitler is a close second because of his ability to basically take over a bunch of countries at a time where like everyone was totally shocked. The Blitzkrieg, being able to totally catch your opponents off. Like, guys, I am a nerd when it comes to history. I'm absolutely fascinated by it. Like, what he was able to accomplish in the amount of time he did was so impressive. And it also led to his downfall. he left. He kept his troops very fatigued and thin, and they were always constant combat, take over more land. It was not sustainable. And then, of course, the D-Day invasion happened, and we all remember what goes on. Stalin goes and takes the fight to Germany. Everybody lives happily ever after. But that is your history.
So
you tell me a dictator who hasn't killed a person.
We just got a little bit of history. Is there another question on there? Sports question? We can round out the show on a happy note.
Remember, we are a sports show, Adam. Just didn't know if you knew that.
Listen, I'm asking questions that the people want to hear.
That's true. That's true.
By the way,
this is not me.
What about this one? It says sign, trade, cut. Swift, Hawk, Josh Reynolds.
Ooh.
Sign,
trade, cut. So two guys are
cut Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
Sign TJ, trade DeAndre Swift.
I would agree, because the running back's the most probably replaceable position, I think, out of the three. So I don't know. Love them both. That's a tough question. It's not like you're dissing nobody, but
what do you mean? Oh, I mean, look, I think it's a really good.
Like trade and cut. You have like two of the same essential things.
Guys, I don't know why you're acting like the world isn't some evil place. We have American troops who go out and do insane things and come home never the same. So you sleep at night and eat food. Like, let's put things into perspective. All right? The world is not a pretty place. There are evil people in the world. Things happen. All right? Don't act like if somebody was a dictator, they weren't going to kill anybody. Of course they're going to kill somebody. All right? Let's stop being naive here. We're adults.
It's a given.
We didn't have... Stop it. All right. Favorite Christmas movie, Jeff?
Well,
mine's Home Alone. Never gets old.
No, and I wouldn't disagree with you. My generation, it's probably Elf to me. Elf's up there.
Elf's a good one.
Well, I'm not your generation. Elf is also my favorite.
Then I feel better. Then I feel better.
I love Elf.
Is it that he drinks the maple syrup in the movie, or he puts it on his spaghetti?
He puts it on the spaghetti.
It's awesome.
And he gets so excited for Santa. Santa! Yeah, that's my favorite.
You want Santa, and then he like beats the living hell out of him.
Yes, it's my favorite movie.
Yeah, it's got to be. Home Alone's a good one. There's Elf. There's the Santa Claus movies. There's a lot of good ones. I mean, whatever you want.
This is a good question, Adam. Are you going to go see the movie American Underdog with Kurt Warner? I would love to see it. Unfortunately, I do not have the time right now. Sometime after January, I would like to go to the theater, take the wife, or I probably can't. She won't watch it with me. So it's something I'm either going to have to wait to come out online, or I'm just going to have to like send my wife off to her friend's house and like go watch a movie by myself.
You can come with my family and I.
All right,
we're
when
going
are
to
you guys going?
We'll go in January with you.
All right.
We'll make a date out of it.
You can take me on a date, Adam. We'll go watch American Underdog.
Listen, she won't watch it with me, so.
I feel you. My girlfriend won't either. But you know what?
Fair enough.
Tomorrow's best ofs, Adam. Won't be live tomorrow.
I mean, look, I want to bring this back up just for a little bit because I think it's really important to why we appreciate and salute our troops the way we do. You guys have to understand this is not about what you believe in, what I believe in, what she believes. I don't care. These are the young people of this country, and young meaning anywhere from 20s to 35s. That's still young. These are people that are going out and preventing things from happening before they happen that you never hear about.
Nope.
So for this Christmas, you should also really thank all the men and women that have ever served.
Definitely.
Currently serving. Those who have lost and given their lives, given everything. The families of those troops. The families of those people. It really matters. It's like something I really care about. And I do not joke with. The veteran community, if they're a community that is so tight, the things they do for each other, it amazes me. And it's not like they're six-figure paid soldiers. They're not. They're average. They're underpaid. Okay. Yes, they get benefits, but they're underpaid.
Yeah,
and they're putting their lives at risk every single day. Show more appreciation to your troops, guys. Love all of you. Thank you so much. We won't be here tomorrow. It'll be a best of show. Enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas. We love all of you. Thank you for supporting the Woodward Sports Network in 2021. Next week, we'll sign off to 2022. Excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
New year, new beginnings for everybody. I hope. I wish you all the best. Enjoy the food. Enjoy your families. Love you all. And that is it. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy Big D Energy at 10 o'clock. Excuse me, 11 o'clock. And Bottom Line at 2 o'clock. We'll see you guys.